Welcome back, folks. Cape Rugby TV. We keep talking about what's happening in the world of club rugby. It's fantastic to have you on watching the show tonight. Of course, for those of you that haven't been watching over the last few weeks, you will know that it was the score Western Province Club Rugby Sevens now recently at Newlands. Fantastic day, but of course in the build-up to that, the clubs were playing around Cape Town, and one of the parts that we didn't have a chance to do was catch up with the coaches. So today we're really spending the time catching up with the coaches from the various clubs that played in the Sevens. And of course, there were quite a few weeks building up to the Sevens. Robert Olivier is the Sevens head coach at Hamilton's Rugby Football Club. Rob, nice to have you on the show.
Yeah, James, thanks. Always awesome to chat to you and always awesome to be part of your show.
Yeah, we're sorry we didn't have an opportunity in the build-up to the... I mean, we of course managed to catch you behind the scenes on the match days, but we didn't have a chance to speak to you really at the draw, and of course on match days when things were so hectic. But just tell us a little bit about the club itself in terms of the build-up to the Sevens. I mean, it was great to see that you guys are active.
Yeah, it was awesome to have these players back at the club. It was awesome to be on the pitch. Some weeks we trained twice, some weeks we had to train 3 times a week. But the camaraderie and the effort of all the players were amazing. Yeah, Hamiltons were lucky. We hosted the 2 Saturdays building up to the final. 16 teams there. It was awesome to see the guys playing the game that they love, and also to see the enjoyment on everyone's faces. I think it was kudos to Western Province for pulling it off, and also for our club management and our manager, Uncle Derek. It was awesome.
Yeah, one of the things that, I mean, we got quite a lot of messages from people building up to the Sevens asking, is the game going to be broadcast? Is it going to be live? Clearly your supporters, your fans, you've managed to obviously stay in contact with them, and they've been following you proudly and have managed to also keep that momentum of supporting the club still during difficult times.
We have an unbelievable woman in our club, Rosalka, and she punts everything on social media. I had people all over South Africa watching your live stream. They thoroughly enjoyed it. It would have obviously been the first prize if we could have had at least, call it 2,000 spectators at Newlands, but yes, our fan base, I can see it at Hamilton's especially, and I think for all the clubs, stuff like this Western Province Score Sevens, it helps you grow this, it keeps the community involved, and as I say, it allows people from all over the country to see what's going on at our club.
Do you feel that some of the players at the club have become Sevens specialists? We know that obviously we think of over the years gone by, 15s rugby, but there seems to be a move that you know who your 15s, at least your 7 specialist players are.
Yeah, I was blessed. A lot of people said that's easy to coach Hamilton 7 side. I had guys like Bernardo Botha and Elshen Bok, Henko Martens. These are guys that can teach me about sevens. What I can tell you is that we made 2 or 3 guys part of I already call it group that I had in mind, and from nowhere we brought in 2 or 3 of our lower team players, and the progression and the growth that I saw over, call it 6 weeks in these players, that was phenomenal. I mean, guys that hardly knew each other's names. Now suddenly he's the big mouth in the family, and he's bringing the vibe. So I think that's why sevens is always a different culture. We see it on our national level as well. It's just it's an absolute family vibe, camaraderie, brotherhood, and these guys just tend to stick together, and hopefully we can take this, or we will take this over to the 15s and build on that.
Of course, you played 2 rounds in the build-up to the big day at Newlands, and then at Newlands it was, well, I must say, even though we were streaming the match and we were broadcasting and concentrating on all those things, and probably still have quite a lot of work to do to make it nice. I'm sure some of your fans were sitting there going, what is going on here? What are these commentators saying? They don't know what they're talking about. You know, we're just trying to get the picture from the field to the fans and put it together. But looking at it was massively exciting. One of the big games that you played on the day was against Dunbar. Let's take a look at the highlights from the Dunbar match, and then you tell me about it. There we go, Robert. So Dunbar and Hamilton's, you guys are used to playing against each other. We've seen Hammies and Derbies being sort of like head-to-head, top of the clash scenario for quite a while. Did you feel that was the case with the Sevens?
Look, we invited Dunbar even before we started training over for a training match for 2 hours. And I think we kind of adopted each other, and I think the fact that they also played at Hamilton's their first 2 rounds, it made it easier for us to know them and to see how they work. And then obviously we were both hoping to play each other in the final, not necessarily the third place.
Yeah.
But yeah, it happened. And look. Dunbar is a good team, a very good coached team. Worlds of respect for Andries and Peter and what they did with those young guys. Yeah, it was a tough match. It was just something that I knew was going to happen. As I said, honestly, I hoped it was the final. But yeah, we came out victorious at the end of the day, and yeah, it is what it is.
But I think we will leave it at that, and we'll obviously say to you and to Ross, who's been so helpful at sending information all the time, and to the players and the fans, and that, well done. And we're looking forward to, in this over this festive season, do our coaches table and captains table and bring you guys more into the studio to make sure that we keep connected until we get to the hopefully friendly fixtures next year.
Yeah, JB, thanks a million. What you guys are doing for club rugby in the Western Province is amazing. Yeah, on behalf of the club and especially the Sevens guys, we enjoyed seeing you around the field and enjoy hearing your voice, seeing Renzel up and down with a camera or two. And yeah, all the best for your time, and spend some time with your family and friends. May it be a festive one.
Thanks, Robert. You guys keep doing it. We'll keep following and talking about it. That's the deal. There we go, folks. Robert Olivier is, of course, head coach at Hamilton's Sevens rugby side. And how fantastic was that to see the team in action at the score 7. So we'll take a break. When we come back, we carry on taking a look at what was happening on the day and catching up with some of the coaches. Back in a sec.